Well, hello and welcome to another Daily Dominion. We're back to normal. I've put my silly hat away and it's still the second day of Christmas, so everything is still a bit more chill. And yeah, we have an Empire's Hinterlands kingdom here, I believe. And there are a lot of things going on and it looks like quite the exciting kingdom. So let's dive into this. We have we have engineer as a workshop variant that just costs that, and if you so want to, you can trash it to gain 2 cards instead of just one, costing up to 4. Speaking of cards that like being gained, costing up to 4, we have Trail, which is at face value just plus 1 card plus 1 action, but when you gain trash or discard this, you may play it in cleanup. Other than cleanup, you may play it, of course. I can't read. Now, Trail also synergizes with stuff like Sacrifice, which trashes an action card from your hand for +2 cards +2 actions, and if we then play the Trail for +card +action, and that's already a powerful 2-card combo. Also, Sacrifice can trash our treasure cards for +2 and our victory cards for 2 victory points, so that's certainly a key card here. Now, what else do we have? We have stuff to, well, give us 3 actions on the first time we play it. Otherwise, it's also +1 card per victory card. Guard Dog likes us reducing our hand size, so then if we have 5 or fewer cards in hand after drawing 2 cards, then it will draw 2 more cards, and we can play it in reaction to an attack. And an attack here might be Witch's Hut, which if we get to discard 2 actions, then the other player gains a curse, and here we have Trail to discard, and that's also a nice 2-card combo, discarding Trails with Witch's Hut. Sometimes you even play Witch's Huts at the start of your turn, knowing that you have Trails coming up or even in your hand, and then it becomes non-terminal, so that's really, really good. Archive is some glue for the deck. I don't think it's going to be super relevant. Souk, on the other hand, is some supplementary trashing, so Sacrifice doesn't have to take up the whole job of that. It says +1 buy +7 cards, and then -1 coin per card in your hand, and also when you gain this, trash up to 2 cards from your hand. We also have 2 events, or two landscapes. One is a landmark, one is an event. First up, we have Defiled Shrine, which put all of those victory thingies onto the cards, and then when we gain an action, we move the 1 victory point onto the Defiled Shrine, and the first time we gain a curse. During our buy phase, whenever we gain a curse during our buy phase, we take the victory points from this. And also Windfall can, in principle, supply us with a lot of golds, although I'm not sure whether we will actually need this if we just go for a deck full of Trails, Sacrifices, Witches' Huts, and Souks. Now, well, what does the kingdom plot look like? I've already hinted at it. We almost have everything, or we do have everything that a well-formed kingdom might want. The draw is even on the positive side, especially with the Sacrifice Trail stuff, which isn't even considered by the kingdom plot. So yeah, this looks really nice and pleasant to play. We might have to have good timing for the Defiled Shrine, and also yeah, we might we do have to work with this 3/4 opening. I think the 4/3 opening is much superior, as you get to open Sacrifice and Engineer, because Engineer is really, really pleasant here with Trail stuff, with yeah, just gaining you a bunch of Trails and Sacrifices, maybe a scheme or 2 later on. But we will just open, I think, Silver Sacrifice in order to hit 5 on the first shuffle, hopefully, and get a Souk to trash out maybe an estate or something like that. And another, yeah, possibility for the 5/2 would be Archive and Engineer, but also Sacrifice and Engineer there is still pretty good. And I think the worst opening here might be the 2-5. I don't think you would like to go for Crossroads. It doesn't do anything for you on the first shuffle, apart from maybe being a cantrip, maybe being a lap, but also maybe being just pretty useless. So since you do plan to trash out your estates anyways, I'm not sure, I'm not convinced that you even want it in your deck at all. So we are going for the silver sacrifice opening, and then we are going to try to hammer in sacrifices and trails, pick up an early engineer, I think, and go from there. So that's the game plan, and let's actually play this. Now, I think we just pick up another sacrifice. Could also be an engineer, to be honest. The merit of engineer is that we can also pick it up if we don't have that great of a next turn. So let's go for a sacrifice. No, but actually our sacrifice misses, so yeah, engineer might have been better, and actually I feared this might happen here, but I think it's fine. We do get to pick up this 5-cost card and probably go for an archive early on just to glue the deck together a bit better. This will play a trail and could go for yet another trail to already work with these sacrifices and regain the engineer later. Actually, I like that. We might even draw the silver and be able to trash out 2 estates. The upside of that is just too big. Unfortunately, it doesn't happen, so we can just rebuy this engineer and yeah, go for sacrificing trail here, sacrificing that here, and probably just pick up another engineer. As long as there are trails left, we do want to go for those. Now, this archive could find our silver, and AI does pick up the Defiled Shrine with 10 victory points. That's a bit concerning. Yeah, I think that's good. We get to draw here, and in principle, since we have this other engineer in there, we get to draw again. I think that's also fine. Finally, we get to pick up a Souk. Probably get the trail for now. Maybe this also might have been better served as a witch's hut. I would have loved to put another sacrifice into the shuffle, but unfortunately, yeah, we couldn't play the engineer by gaining a sacrifice before that, so I guess there's that. So we just put another sacrifice in here. Probably even, but then we can do it the other way around. No, let's not trash the engineer actually. And just put in another Souk, trashing 2. Just follow our game plan despite what the AI is doing. Now we should gain a few witches' huts. AI is going for Windfall there. And yeah, we do get to play this combo a bit. This engineer can gain another trail, decline that here, and we pick up a witch's hut and another engineer, I believe, and are okay-ish. We can trash the engineers soon in order to gain more trails. They kind of lose their appeal after a while, and AI's deck is actually looking really good. I don't think we got to do that much what we wanted to do, just because our first sacrifice missed. Yeah, let's go for more trails here and discard those to draw them, to draw more. Play a trail, or trash a trail. Trash another one here. And probably this wants to gain a scheme or another sacrifice even. Probably just a scheme. We will probably pick up a curse this turn anyway, so yeah, I believe we just leave it in the discard there, to be honest. And what's this last card? I think it's the archive, right? Then, yeah. We just play the scheme, trash out 2 more coppers, play those, and pick up Witch's Hut. Probably even another Witch's Hut, or a Province, and a Curse. I think it might be time for Province already. And now we can top deck a Witch's Hut with all of these trails in our deck. It should be the safest option. And AI is going for those things, but we do get to curse it twice here. Play all of this stuff. I actually do not want to play this archive at this point. Yeah, we get to thin out this curse that we just gained. Can play all of this stuff. These Souks are alright, but not amazing. And I think we do want to regain the engineer, or one engineer, to stay competitive on that. And maybe even, yeah, just province engineer. This point should be a bit better than anything else. Or we could also go province, scheme, and engineer. And then next turn we can start gaining estates and trashing them to sacrifices. I think that looks like a good plan. Now we have the same amount of points as AI does. Should probably not leave 2 provinces in there, although, well, AI only has one archive left in play. So yeah, we do find a trail to trash here. I think now we can play the archive properly. This is fine. Although we do need to be a bit cognizant of not having that many things left. Yeah, we do not trash this here. We just play the Witch's Hut, I believe. Play the scheme first and then put 2 provinces in the discard. Or, yeah, probably that. Or put 2 trails in the discard, of which we can only play 1. The Souks will lose in value. Now let's curse AI here. We won't be able to play both trails, but that's also fine. So the first one's just, yeah. And probably what we should do at this point actually is to Windfall. These Souks are getting pretty useless. And actually, I'm forgetting what I wanted to do with that. Those Souks are getting pretty useless, so yeah, putting a bit of payload into the deck seems like it's correct. There are still 2 trails left, so going for that engineer seems correct. And AI doesn't even province here. Let's see what we can do now. And for sure just gain trails, probably trash this engineer, we won't need it anymore afterwards. And yeah, unfortunately we do need to increase our hand size at this point um, before being able to properly play those Souks, so yeah, let's go for maybe trail and another sacrifice, or we keep this engineer for now. Piles are also getting really low, I just noticed, and it's probably pretty bad that I only noticed now. But yeah, what does this imply for us? Um, Now we will have essentially 9, 10, 11, 12 money, which is enough for double duchy or for windfall duchy. I think windfall duchy here, our deck is just so much superior to whatever AI is doing, and therefore, yeah, we should go for that. And the Souk is even yielding a a coin there, and we just go for windfall and duchy, and then probably even a crossroads at this point. I don't think I can pile curse, crossroads, and gain money, so we just top deck Witch's Hut Trail. Yeah, I don't know. This kingdom feels like it should get going much faster than it did with our play. But I think what also happened here was that our sacrifice initially bottom-decked, then we didn't have optimal engineer stuff going on. Yeah, it all didn't really feel like it flowed all that well. But yeah, now these trails are looking great with the Witch's Hut stuff, and I think we play this Crossroads here already. Was hoping to find a Witch's Hut or a sacrifice, of course. Yeah, but now at this point, this Witch's Hut, yeah, won't even be able to do anything amazing. And can we empty the supply at this point? Could gain 2 crossroads and buy 3 crossroads, but that would leave us with fewer points than AI. So I think we just gain estate, decline this, and play those just for the buys. We have 20 money. Here we go for province. Actually, double province. What is AI going to do? Double province estate, and I mean, okay, I could go for province double duchy. That would be 12 points and only 43 overall. I don't think that would be enough to overcome our lead. So we're fairly safe here. I think we had the much superior deck with the trail stuff, but somehow it didn't properly get together like I imagined it might be. So yeah, I don't know. But also the early draws were tough. We also didn't hit 5 for ages, right? Now this is of course amazing. Um, this not so much, but we probably find this crossroads here now. And the sacrifice should probably kill the Souk. Or the engineer. Now let's kill the Souk. And the engineer can gain us 2 more estates. And, well, since we killed the Souk, we only have 1 buy to get the last province. But we do find a way to properly win this. 52 points, not too shabby, but really, yeah, I believe There were some misplays early on there, but also, yeah, we only got trashing so slowly. So, yeah, we're lucky that the AI wasn't doing any sensible things here. Like, it completely skipped trails, which is surely wrong. But yeah, I don't know. I hope you enjoyed this one nonetheless, and I will try to catch you, as always, in the next one. Until then, goodbye.